Here we go. Okay. I think we've got this figured out. Oh, there's like a little delay. I'm looking. There's a little bit of delay. Pause this here. Okay. All right. Get back to my screen here. All right, cool. All right. It's Wednesday. A little later than I expected. So today is my 49th birthday. And as part of a treat to myself, with the support of my amazing family, I decided to go and start streaming my Lego builds live because I really enjoy it, and it's something I've been playing with for a number of years, actually, about the idea of just taking my passion for Lego and really what started my passion for Lego is a 20-year design history, and I think of Lego as being the perfect sort of device that brings together my passion for design as well as my passion for play. And I actually used to collect Transformers when I was younger, and I think now that's been replaced by a real absolute love affair with Lego bricks. So tonight I'm actually going to be building this set specifically because this one contains a mech, and if you can look behind me, they're pretty small, but I have again a really big fascination with mech building and robots in general since I was a kid. So I sort of I wouldn't say I limit my Lego collecting and Lego building to mechs, but they do make up a fairly large percentage of my Lego collection, I would say. I mean, I love Marvel and I love all of the space stuff. I think as a family, we really love the space stuff. Hey, thanks, Tandalorian. Appreciate that. So as my family, we love all the space stuff, but my real passion is collecting mechs, and I always feel like with every mech that that I build, that I learn a little bit more about the process of building mechs and take away a little bit more skill. So I'm gonna open this up and start building now. This is my first stream, so my chat's here. I'm building here, so I'm probably gonna look up and look down. So I'll be working on this as we continue to grow. So let's see. So my tools of the trade when I'm Lego building are a desk, a nice flat desk. I like to be clean. Coffee off to the left here, and my X-Acto blade. And this is for stickers because this is for me the optimal tool for adhering stickers. I don't know if there are any stickers in this set. Tonight I'm doing set 75571. What's my favorite mech build? Oh man, it's got to be. Honestly, I really love the Ninjago mechs. I mean, I think across the board, if I think of like my favorite builds consistently, all the Ninjago mechs are pretty cool. The Titan X build is really cool. I know Optimus Prime technically isn't a mech, but the Optimus Prime build was a blast. And again, because that kind of really brought together my two passions, so that was really fun. I actually bought the bricks for the Build Better Bricks build for Iron Giant, which is a pretty sick build too. I'll pull that out one day, but that build's really cool. But I think across the board, Ninjago makes the best mechs. I think that theme is incredible. I actually got this mech several years ago from my good friend when we were living in Hawaii. This is part of Ideas, and I think there's probably a couple pieces missing off of here. We've built this and taken it apart so many times, but I just absolutely love this mech. I love the articulation. I love how it's like this monochromatic palette. The articulation just is really sick. It's a really fun build. I wish they would come out with more of these. But yeah, Ninjago, definitely my favorite mechs line across the board. So, and we'll see. Maybe this one will replace that. But I have to admit, I'm not. I can't say that I'm anticipating Avatar 2. I really liked the first one. I was not a guy that was like watched Avatar over and over again. I watched it once, maybe twice. I saw it recently with my kids. But I am pretty excited about the sets, and I think this one's pretty cool. This mech looks really cool. I do think that the minifigures are kind of weird. That's gonna take some getting used to. I believe like Toy Story. I believe that Toy Story had those longer legs. Woody from Toy Story. But anyway, so I'm gonna get into. So this is set 75571. Avatar, Neytiri, and Thanator versus their AMP suit Quaritch. So I don't know. We'll see. Let me open it up. My sons and I get into this debate about whether or not these packages with the thumb openings suck or not, because these are like it just damages the package in such a I'm such a stickler for clean packages. I think that's my design background. But so I'm gonna punch these though. I'm gonna punch these through. Throw caution to the wind. Let's see. All right, so we've got bag 1, 4. Oh, lots of color in 4. Look at the difference in the color there. That's hilarious. Let's see. 3. 2. 1, 2, 3. So 4 bags. Actually, well, 5 bags altogether, and we've got 1, 2, 3 books. Wow, 3 sets of instructions for this. That's kind of that's interesting to have so many instruction books for such a small set, and then a sheet of stickers. So let's get started here. Pretty excited about this one. This is actually pretty cool. I think I love all the color of the fauna. That's pretty cool. Or is it flora? Fauna's animals, flora. So we'll see. With that chainsaw, it's going to be cool. I think building that's going to be pretty neat. So, all right. So yeah, I've been thinking about doing this for a while. In fact, I got on the other night and just was perusing Lego builders and came across 2 other Twitch builders and had an amazing conversation with them. One of them was Tandalorian, and so it was really exciting. Actually, I got really inspired about the idea of doing this. So I was pumped all day today. I've been dying to stream, but it was just a crazy day. You know, during the day, my wife and I work at my design studio, and so we're slammed right now with projects, both external and internal projects. So finding the time to do this is hard, but we got to prioritize, because this is one of the things I really do love. I really do love building, and I love showcasing the builds. I love talking about Lego. So it's something that I just really decided to make a much bigger priority in my life. Make more room for this. So that's what I'm doing. So I just opened up bag 1. Does everything sound okay? What makes a Lego box worth keeping? Oh, that is such a subjective thing. I think, well, one, again, my background is design, so for me the packaging is so important. It's I wouldn't say it's a thing that draws me to a Lego set, but it's definitely a thing that gets me really excited to build it. I think when the designers and the art director is composing the page or the box, I think the decisions they make about what kind of activity to show, and I even like the backs of this. I think I love when they do a more realistic rendering of the pieces that shows the scale, the actual scale. Sometimes the box package is really, the scale is just way off. You have no idea what you're getting, but I feel like this one feels pretty accurate. Like this is probably pretty close to the scale. I was really thrown off. I bought the Toy Story Zorg mech, and that thing totally threw me off. That was probably about half the size that I thought it was going to be. So to answer your question more specifically, I think it's really subjective. Like I said, I was not a big fan of the Avatar. I mean, I'm not an Avatar fan necessarily, but something about the color of this. I do love when they translate the characters into Lego form, the Lego minifigure form. It's pretty funny. So these guys are really kind of charming. So I don't know if you can see that. So yeah, I actually really like. Honestly, I love the 18 plus sets, all the UCS design work, because it's so minimal and it's like really special lighting, like really focused lighting with that little like vignette behind the picture. I mean, it's just so high end. I love it. It's like buying like a high end wine or jewelry or something. So I love that they're taking cues from like luxury design. Okay. So I guess the first thing we're building is this beast. So it's hot in here. Does it sound? Does it sound good? Am I sounding good? Do we have this set up correct? think I can probably lower the. I can maybe lower the camera a little bit. It might be a little high. So the next thing I got to figure out, I saw that you could. I was wondering how you play. How you play music while you're building. I've heard a couple of streams with music, and I saw that Twitch has a music streaming kit, but I was just too eager to build. I didn't have time to dig into it, but I'm going to try to figure that out next. I do like building to music. I think that's, to me, one of the most fun ways to build is, especially I build with my family and my kids, is the conversations you have about music as you're building. It's funny watching my kids get into like some of the older music that we used to listen to. My oldest son has gotten really into like sort of 80s ballads, it seems. So I think it's really funny that he's into that. I love it, actually. So here's his arm. Almost broke his arm. So getting these things in the hands is always so challenging. Like it just fell off. So I have to admit, he's not as awkward looking in person as I thought he looked on the package. He's really cool. So he's got this silver paint. It's really amazing. It's actually kind of cool. It's really well done. So yeah, he's pretty cool. Put the sign. I wish viewers could spot the Lego pieces that I'm looking for. If there's a way that they could just like reach out and just find it. That would be cool. Maybe Lego's working on that technology. So I don't even know when this movie comes out. I guess I think it's coming out pretty soon, because I don't think they'd be releasing these sets that early, but who knows? So if anybody that's watching has any tips for me on how to, like, best practices for streaming, I am definitely open. So definitely put your thoughts in the comments. I'd be down for that. Yeah, so I came really late to Lego. In fact, I got a glare here. Hold on, I got to move my instruction booklet because I've got a bit of a glare. I came really late to Lego. Actually, I didn't build Lego at all when I was young. In fact, it wasn't until I was in Hawaii. My family, my wife and I, and our kids, we moved to Hawaii, and I was invited to my friend. Hey, Pixel Realm, thanks for joining us. I was invited to. So I was looking for a place for us to live, and my buddy Matt had been living there for a couple of years, and he invited me to stay with him while I was looking for a place. And his kids had gotten into Lego. In fact, I think if I remember correctly, his mother had bought their kids a big bin of Legos from a yard sale that she was really excited about. And so they just had this free play bin of Lego. And he was telling me how excited he was to get into it. And he started looking at people that were building mechs. And so, I didn't think much of it. And then I watched the Lego movie. I remember I saw that with them. And what am I doing here? I'm already, I have to concentrate. I'm not, I got to move this over to here. So we were watching the Lego movie one night. And that's, I don't know, I just became enamored with these things. And I loved the first Lego movie so much. So we went and bought, I think the first set we bought was a fire truck, if I remember. I don't remember exactly. I think it was a fire truck. And I watched, my oldest at the time was 4.5, maybe 5, and my youngest was still a little too young to build. So I watched him build it, and I just fell in love. And then from there, we would just collect a set here and there, and I didn't really expect to get into it as much as I did, and now I'm just it's kind of out of control about the whole thing. I think that's what my kids would say. I'm out of control. I think I've got to move more. Yeah, I've got to move more into the camera there. So we are starting a new business, and currently I am, we've got 3 partners in that business, and we are renovating the building that we're going to be moving into. And so I've got, been doing a lot of painting. So I've got some, pardon the paint on my fingers, but that's from painting over at the new space. It is literally nice to get your hands a little dirty. You know, as a designer, you don't have many opportunities to get your hands dirty, so it's nice to get paint on your hands every now and then. Okay, put that down. I didn't realize how hard it would be. It's actually really kind of challenging to build while you're streaming. It's definitely a different thing. It's a different dynamic. I'm trying to find 1x2. Let's see. There it is. I'm starting to get worried. I wonder what the percentage of pieces missing from bags is. Like if you take the total amount of sets worldwide in a month, how many of those sets actually have missing pieces? I'm sure that number's out there. I imagine there's some sort of a quality control threshold that they stay under, but I'm just curious. Mm-hmm. Yeah, music. I gotta play some music. It's pretty quiet in here. So with these particular instructions at this angle, it's really hard to tell the dark blue from the black pieces. So I'm gonna have to really double check my building here, because I just noticed that I missed a piece, but it's because I just can't see them. It's really challenging to tell the difference between the two. Less than 1 in 1,000 sets have missing pieces. That's awesome. Let's keep that. That might come up later. Are you making that up, or is that real? Did you find that? Oh, I am working on. It looks like the animal's core. Like, so this is like his belly, the belly of the beast. So I'm pretty sure that's what that's going to turn into. So it kind of looks like a ship or a submarine, but yeah, that's what I'm working on. And so right here, there are these 3 pieces, but it is really hard. The printing is really dark on this one for some reason. So I'm going to take my time. Just going to enjoy it. I don't know if I'll get through this one. This is a relatively small set for the ones we build. But I do want to enjoy it. I don't like rushing through sets. I like taking my time. It's kind of like most of the joy building is just taking your time, just taking time out of your day to just sit in quiet and build. Cool is all you need. It does come in handy, that Google. So I think Lego Masters is on tonight. I think that's what Tandalorian said. I don't remember. I know we catch it on Hulu. I think the day after, but I think it's on tonight. I don't know what the what's the challenge tonight. Anybody know? This is where I'm at so far. Do I think James Cameron built these? You know, I wouldn't be surprised. I think he probably does. I don't, I mean, I would imagine he probably takes a break somewhere down in like after a busy shooting day. He probably sits back, opens up a Lego set, starts building it. I don't think he's got enough time to finish it though. He probably hands it off to somebody to finish. But I wouldn't be surprised actually. I'm curious what Legos. Do you think he builds his own Lego sets? Do you think he goes into Target, it's like, oh, and just like loves seeing his sets into Lego form? I mean, I would lose it if I saw myself in Lego minifigure form. I would lose it. I really would. I would totally lose it. Do you think James Cameron has any say in these? Like, do you think he's probably into ships? Yeah, probably. Probably. Do you think he has any say in these sets? Like, do you think they even go, when they're like, you want to work on an avatar? Do you think, oh, we got to pass this by James? Do you think they even go through that length? CMF possibly. That's a good question. I wonder. I never thought about. It's funny, the thought of James Cameron taking time out of his day to build some Lego sets. That is funny. I read about, there are like a number of basketball players that are really into Lego, like have massive collections. There's one in particular, I don't know, I remember seeing a story about a basketball player that's got this massive Lego collection, and that he says that a large part of his budget goes toward collecting Lego. I thought that was pretty cool. I think I gotta illuminate this side of the desk a little more. It's a little dark over there. Maybe I'll bring the camera down. Anyway. Let's see. Okay. Step 16. So we celebrated my birthday today, and my wife got this amazing. She made Indian. We love Indian food, so she made this amazing Indian. I think it was chicken tikka. Is it? I don't know. Is it chicken tikka? It'll come to me. But it was delicious. And then she wound up having a cake made. It was like a coconut custard cake. Oh my God, so good. Super rich, but so delicious. And then I hightailed it out of there. I said, I really want to get back to the studio and build. So the family, on my birthday, let me come down here and build. How cool is that? So supportive. So I'm bummed not to be there because I really want to watch Lego Masters, but I'm so happy to be here and finally doing it. This was a commitment I made. It was a big commitment I made to myself. And I'm so proud. I'm proud of myself. I'm proud of myself for getting down here and doing this because it's been something we've talked about for so long. And I think that I just delayed long enough. And it sounds like such a stupid thing, right? To like, oh, I delayed streaming, but you come up with all kinds of excuses, right? To not do things. Tikka masala. Thank you, tikka masala. It was delicious. We come up with all kinds of excuses to not do the things we love to do. Like all these reasons why we don't want to do. We can't do something. We don't have the time for it. What people think. Any number of reasons. I'm not going to be good at it. I mean, I'm guilty of all that, and it's ridiculous. It really is ridiculous. So it's like, here's an example. Like this angle on the instructions is kind of challenging. I'm not sure. I think I'm putting it in the right place. Yeah, pretty good. Subbed to you, subbed to YouTube. Oh, cool. Thank you. Yeah, don't forget to subscribe to me on YouTube too. So we're still building out my Twitch stream. So there's, obviously here, and I will have a YouTube channel. We've got it live, and I'm on Instagram too. I'm going to be bringing over some of the shots I used to take on my personal page. I'm going to bring it over to my Instagram account on Hey Bricks for Brains on Instagram as well. So you'll see more of that rolled out. I just started a Discord server, and I will be, as we do more robotics based stuff, I'll be placing some stuff on Discord as well, some robotic builds and some video there. So, please follow me. I don't know, do you follow on Discord, or I guess you joined a Discord server? But definitely follow me here. As one, I would love to learn more, and I think the best way to learn is by doing and having people comment. And two, I love the potential for community here. It's really something that really drives a lot of what I do, is building community around the things you're passionate about. So I'm hoping to see this channel grow over the next few months and years into something that really becomes a super fun, supportive community. Really, there are a lot worse things you could be doing than building Lego. Seriously. Okay, I'm sorry, I'm building off camera. I apologize. I got to get used to that. So I think I'm going to pull the camera down a little bit. That's getting might be a little far away. But if I pull it down, it means I got to build in more. So I'm going to have to build over here more. So I got to get used to this. What other movies would you create builds for? I gotta tell you, I was not really a big fan of the Michael Bay Transformer movies. I thought the first one was pretty good. I enjoyed it. Honestly, that first one blew me away. Honestly, when I went to the theater and saw that, I could not believe that Transformers finally made it to the big screen. So I was a huge fan. And I think to this day, enough time has passed that I can really appreciate that first one. Everything after that really not so good. But man, it would be cool to see some Legos, if they could team up with Hasbro again to do some of the movie-based Lego sets. I think that would be kind of cool. What other movies would you create? I would really like to see a Godzilla. I know I've seen Godzilla builds on some other Instagram channels, and a couple of YouTubers have. I think, if I remember correctly, Tommy Bricks has a Godzilla, I think. But I think it'd be really cool to do the old, the classic, the old, the Godzilla and Mothra. I think a set like that would be really cool. Yeah, Pokemon would be awesome. I know my kids would love Pokemon. That'd be amazing. That would be super cool. I think it'd be kind of cool if they did an adult line of horror movie themed ones. Not gory horror, but I think classic Dracula, busts or something like that. Classic werewolf, that'd be really cool. Just the bust, they're doing the helmets now, but just kind of the bust of them. That'd be really fun. I'd like to see Battlestar Galactica. I know that's totally niche, but I think a Battlestar Galactica set, a Cylon would be amazing as a Lego build. That'd be sick. And you can do it because they did the Mandalorian. They did the Mandalorian one, and that helmet came out cool. And it wouldn't take much to retrofit that into a Cylon helmet or Cylon face. So that'd be really cool. When I was younger, I remember that it was always like a house divided. There were those that were really into Star Trek, and there were those who were really into Star Wars. And so I think it would be kind of cool to see Star Trek sets. That would be. I forget what's the name of the Enterprise. Is it called the Enterprise? The Star Trek, the main ship in Star Trek. That'd be a pretty cool build. That'd be pretty rad. I think it's called the Enterprise. My dad was a big Star Trek fan. That was his show. So that'd be pretty fun. Star Trek, yeah. Exactly. What else? Let's see. What other sets would you create builds for? What other movies would you create builds for? hard to think. Let me think. Yeah, that's tough. I mean, I love them. I love the Marvel movies. I love science fiction. Um, I don't think they've done enough science fiction stuff. I mean, I know that they've historically have had science-based themes like alien themes. I think like Alien Conquest was a pretty cool theme. So I think that maybe just doing more of that or bringing some of that stuff back would be really cool. It's surprisingly hard to talk and build. I didn't realize it'd be so challenging. It's very challenging because you're like, we're talking, but they're also, your mind's also being used to trying to find these pieces. It's really funny, but I think I'll get better with it in time, maybe. Here we go. Is this the one? Nope. Nope. Oh, Alien or Scream. Oh, Alien would be cool. You know, Build Better Bricks has an Alien build that's really pretty cool. In fact, we thought about that. We bought from Build Better Bricks. We bought the lightsaber. I think it was Luke's lightsaber hilt. We bought that. The model for, I mean, the instructions for that. I bought the Iron Giant instructions. And I built one other piece. I can't remember what it was. I know I built another set using the Build Better Bricks instructions. But they have an Alien build that's really cool. That'd be cool to check out for sure. My oldest son watched Alien for the first time several months ago and totally wasn't scared. I'm like, are you scared? It never. So my earliest memory, like one of my earliest memories of being scared, I had a cousin, and we lived in the Bronx, and I had a cousin who had brought over a ViewMaster, and the ViewMaster had a ViewMaster disc of the Alien movie, the first Alien movie. So I never saw it. I mean, I was too young when Alien came out to see it. There's no way I was going to go to see that. So I pick up this ViewMaster, not knowing what was in there, and proceed to, flip through the dial, and I come across this image of the alien busting through the dude's gut, and I remember I was just horrified. Like it was literally the scariest thing I'd ever seen up until that point, right? And so I couldn't see the movie for years. I was just too haunted by that image of like this thing coming out of the guy's stomach. And so my kid sees this, and probably maybe about the same age that I saw that one still, right? That one still image. He sees the whole movie and he's like, "Oh, I'm not scared. It's fine." And I cannot believe it. I couldn't believe that. How could you not be terrified about that movie? But different times. I guess in a world where you can see Stranger Things any day of the week, which in itself is pretty graphic and horror. I mean, it's a great show, but it's pretty graphic and can be quite scary. But when you have access to that any day of the week, Aliens doesn't seem like much of a big deal, I guess. But I just find it so surprising. It is surprisingly hard to do this. It's so funny. I feel like every interaction with the bricks is being judged. So yeah, so I think I'm going to put some yay or nay. Would you build Lego virtually on the Oculus? Oh man, I think I would totally do that. Yeah, I think I did. You know what, that'd be cool? Because then on the Oculus, right, you build a Lego and then you could scale up and maybe walk through it, so you would feel like a minifig. I think that'd be pretty cool. Yeah, if you could build it and then have the power of scaling up and then walking through the build, that would be pretty cool. Because I would build we have the Guardians of the Galaxy ship back there, And I would build that and totally sit in the cockpit of that one. I mean, that would be amazing. Or like the Millennium Falcon. Imagine sitting in that thing. Or like driving an AT-AT. Like just building it and being able to crawl through the AT-AT and sit in the cockpit of that thing. That'd be amazing. So yeah, that's a total win. I would do that. In fact, I'd be surprised if like isn't working on something like that. I mean, I know that they have virtual building now, and I know you can build like that almost like in studio. You can build sort of virtually, but I would be shocked if they're not doing something like that already. Like it's not in development. That would be a game changer, big time. What if you could interact with the minifigs? Totally. That'd be really funny. Yeah, Minecraft would be amazing. That's probably the best model for this, right? Is to just be able to walk into your Minecraft builds. That'd be sick. That'd be cool. Yeah, that's probably the best theme to do it with, honestly. I gotta remember to keep my hands here. Hey, Mouse Mancer, thanks, man. Thanks for the birthday wishes. And yeah, this is my foray into streaming. So far, so good. Lots of nuance though. You know, you made it look so natural when I saw you. You're just like talking and building. I can't even find the pieces. I'm talking. I lose track of where am I? So kudos to you for being such a good role model here. Setting the bar pretty high. But yeah, this is no joke challenging to do. So, but in my defense, I mean, come on, look at how dark those instructions are. I mean, that is some blue and black. Are you serious? It's real dark. I cannot tell what is going on here. So I'm building this set, but I'm on this on instructions page on instructions 1, which is this beast. But it's really, the instructions are kind of hard. So at first I got to tell you too, when they moved to these like very systematic like instruction covers, I was really not a fan. I was like, I thought they didn't look like real instructions, but now I'm kind of used to it. I sort of like it. I like that it's just a very clear system, but at first I was not psyched. I felt like I was like paying more and getting less, right? That the instructions were not delivering on the experience I had come to count on. Strangely too, do you find that you have these pieces that you just love? Like there are certain pieces that I just love building with. This one is one of them. I think this is the coolest piece. I can't explain why. I love like kind of a cheese slope matched with a 1x1 tile. I mean, you kidding me? Who doesn't want more of those? I sort of like these too. I love these these round tiles. It's just so satisfying to put those in place when they fit. Like you rotate it and it just snaps in. You're like, yes. So satisfying. Oh god, so this is like the hind leg or something. That's pretty cool. That's way cool. What am I doing here? Would I ever build Vader's castle? That seems like a loaded question. I would actually, yeah. In fact, I'm going to build that with my sons. I would love to build Vader's castle. So I have Vader's castle. That was the Amazon exclusive. And I waited months to buy that. Finally bought it when it was on sale. And that that is such a cherished and beloved build that I haven't even taken it out of the box that it came shipped in. So there's the build box, and then there's the Amazon shipping box that it came in. It's still in that box because I just love that set so much. So believe me, when I build that one, it's going to be a momentous occasion because that I'm just waiting for that. So, but yes, I will build Vader's Castle. Yes, absolutely. So here's the deal, right? So I mean, I don't think Lego building or collecting gets divided into two neat camps, like those who build and collect, and then those who build, and then those who just collect the boxes. I mean, I think there's definitely nuance in there. You know, it's not quite so black and white or quite so binary. But more and more, as someone who used to collect Transformers, right, and I still do have quite a few packaged, I have become less and less enamored with the idea of buying Lego and just keeping them in their package. I don't. There's just something about it to me is like it just defeats. Like, yeah, I mean, I'll always do it because that's just my nature. But it's not that I. But I'm not. I would say I'm not motivated. Like I used to be motivated by the idea of buying something and just keeping it in its package for resale later. And there's a part of me that likes it, but I'm not motivated by that anymore. Like when I see a set. It's because I want to build it. It's not because I want it to sit on my shelf. And again, nothing against people that want to just build and keep it, and that want to keep it packaged. But for me, Lego is about the entire process of building, right? So the things you learn along the way, and the materials and the color and the plastic. That it's such a tactile experience. And so when it just stays in a box, you lose 90. I feel like 90% of the value of the thing itself. And so. But are there some sets I'll probably keep sealed? Yeah, there are a couple like old Star Wars sets that I have that I probably will not open because they're so old now that what's the point of opening? I could probably just sell it and get a used set if I want to build it. So I think sometimes that might be something I would do, like keep some of my older sets and just keep them sealed, sell those, and then just buy a set that's already been used. I love the used Lego market. I think that's such a undervalued, underutilized resource. So definitely think, especially during the holidays, I think to buy Lego used, you get killer deals. You're helping some other family buy probably more Legos, right, that they can build. I love that idea. In fact, my dream would be to build. I love building so much that I would probably build, and if I could, almost just give away the pieces, right? I mean, I'd literally build them for the sake of building, and if not, and then donate them to causes or something, because I just love the process of building so much. So, I mean, there'll always be those sets that I want to have as part of my collection. I mean, obviously, but I think that it would be kind of a neat to be able to build and then just donate to like a kid's home or some other charity. That'd be pretty amazing. Library, they can build their Lego collection for kids, something like that. Let's see here. Would you ever stream making a mock? Yeah, I'm not a confident mock builder, so I think that. But again, I just have to get past that. I think I'd have to get past the idea of not being confident because I would have to build confidence. But yeah, I would probably stream that. For sure. Yeah, why not? I think that'd be probably in some ways even more interesting than this because this. I mean, I think building by instructions is fun. I mean, I have no problem with that. But I think that obviously. But I think building a mock would be amazing. What would be really cool is to build a community mock, right? So you all decide on a mock you want to create, and there's like 5 of us that are all building a portion of that mock, right? And then somehow we find a way to get it built as one piece, unified piece in person. So like we build over the series of a couple of weeks, and then we meet up and put it together, right, live. That would be pretty cool. Like it's got to be like an epic mock though. It'd be really cool. Like, something pretty epic would be pretty cool. That would be fun. I think I love the idea that bridges like the digital and the analog, right? And it bridges like the online community and the real community. I would be super down with that. Gotta make a note of that. Lego City for every minifig series. Ooh, so you're saying to have a Lego City, to have a Lego City built for every single minifigure you own or that comes out? Is that what you're saying? Oh yeah, that'd be cool. So like for the custom minifigure series, that series, like Series 22 would have a Lego City Series 22 that goes with them. Is that what you're saying? Like the inhabitants of that Lego City? Okay, you're getting there. So we've got three limbs, the main body. Pretty cool build so far. Oh, that's really cool. I love that idea. The robot would have a factory. The acorn board would have a mushroom house. That's brilliant. That's a really great idea. Yeah, that could be fun. Well, why not build it yourself? I mean, you could theme out your Lego figure. So collect Series 21 or whatever Series 22, and then build cities for those. That'd be pretty cool. I love that's a great idea. I mean, Lego. It would be cool if Lego did that, but I also think that that's what's great about Lego is you could actually do that yourself. I think that would be a really fun project, actually. Yeah, Adam Savage's show is amazing. I love, I remember we used to watch, Mythbusters, and then we've seen the Adam Savage show online. But I had tons of respect for him to begin with. But then I saw his YouTube video on sorting his Lego collection. I think his mom helped him sort, which is so funny. And I like my respect for Adam Savage like exponentially increased when I saw that. I was like, oh my god, he's also a Lego builder. Love that. He also builds Gundam too. Have you seen any of his Gundam videos where he's like building? He built one of the larger Gundam models. Man, it's fascinating to watch him. He's like a kid. It's so fun to just. He's so inspiring. You know. Okay, we're closing in on our fourth limb here. Let's see. Gotta put this together. What are some of your favorite builds? Tendalorian, Pixel Realm. What do you like? What do you enjoy building the most? Like when you sit down to build, what is a set you just get so much pleasure out of building, or what theme? Okay, let's see here. That's hard. It is hard. It is so hard. So many choices. Ooh, okay. These are claws. Gotcha. Interesting. That's so fascinating. All these different ways, man, to build like a claw. That's really awesome. I gotta tell, I think my least favorite piece are these little claw pieces. These things drive me crazy. I can never get them. Like my OCD sets in super hardcore when I try to get these lined up. Oh my goodness, it drives me bananas. This is definitely like this is like this is a test of my patience. These things I can never get them. Oh, that's actually pretty good. I gotta do 4 of those. Claw. You like just so you like the size of the set. That's really important. Like getting to really get a meaty big one. That's awesome. Yeah, I'm with you. I kind of like the big ones too. I like those sets that you don't feel compelled to have to finish it like right away. Like you can just come back to it. You take your time with it. So my wife sent me, who happens to be Emily. Hello, Emily. Go. She sent me a really cool article on a designer who had been using the various like project management and time management tools to monitor his time throughout the day, like his productivity, and that he had like this last ditch effort using the Pomodoro method to keep his tasks in check. And I guess he was inspired by, I think, his brother's coworker who had a Lego set sitting out, and he decided that he was gonna kind of use this augmented Pomodoro method where he would get a set and then he would build a couple steps every time he completed a task, and that's how that was his like motivation to complete the task. So if he had 5 things to do that day, after everything he would stop, do a couple of he would build a couple steps in his instructions, then move on to the next thing. I thought that was brilliant. The problem is I would just keep building. I wouldn't stop. I'd have the opposite problem. I would just keep. That's hilarious. Bob Ross, that's my man. So anyway, yeah, I thought that was genius though. What a great kind of hack, Very cool. Two more to go. Cannot tell what color this is. Blue or black? Okay, no, it's black. Okay. So one of my techniques too is I really do like to see these 1x2 clips lined up. So I will, put it on, get it roughly lined up. Well, it's not in the right orientation right now, but There it is. And then what I'll do is go ahead and put it against my table just to make sure that those are lined up nice and even, parallel. There we go. Four claws. Done. This kind of reminds me of the Fantastic Beasts set. Oh, I think aha. I did. I think I put the wrong piece in. Let's see. Or did I? Yes, I did. So this one has got to trade out for this one. I put the wrong piece there, so I've got to trade out. I'm gonna fix that. I literally have like 6 pieces on the table and I can't find the one I'm looking for. Oh, there we go. It's because it's on the other side. Oh, too funny. Oh, I gotta check that out. Thanks, Daniel. Yeah, I'll definitely check that out. Director Angus McLean. Oh, no kidding. So I really love that. I love that Buzz Lightyear movie. I know it got. I don't know if it got panned or just didn't seem to get the reaction that they were expecting. But I love that movie. I thought it was so cool. Unfortunately, that movie came out while I was on a project in Hawaii, and so my kids and I think my kids and wife watched it while I was traveling. So I got to see it one night when I wasn't working while there. I got to put it on, and I really enjoyed it. I thought it was so well done. Of course, I missed the ending though. I had to tell my son had to tell me what happened. I didn't know. I didn't know the ending of the movie, so he's like, "That's not what happened. What happened was this." I was like, "Oh, I fell asleep then." So I didn't even get to see the finish. I didn't get to finish watching it. But the part that I did see, which was 90% of it, was great. It was really fun. All right, we're getting to the near finish here with this first part of the build. I definitely would have to say that I'm probably not crazy about Lego animals. In all honesty, I don't know. That's why I like mechs. I like, the more robotic you keep it, the better. I'm just not. I'm not. I don't know. Oh, and this reminds me of a Fantastic Beast set that my son got. I think it was like a rhino that is built it felt very similar to this. When I hold this, it reminds me. It just has a similar kind of feel of that. That be same. I think it was the same width and everything. It just seems almost identical to that, like, if my memory serves me correct. So there's your headless beast. Like the new Lego game. Would you stream some gaming like Ash and Flash? Yeah, I could probably get into streaming some Lego gaming. Absolutely. Yeah, yeah. The problem is that I don't think there are any games I can stream. I'm on a Mac, and there aren't a whole lot of games on a Mac that I could stream. So I guess I'd have to set up Twitch on an Xbox. I don't. How do you? I never thought about that. Yeah, I don't. So how do you stream from an Xbox? See, I'm new to this. I don't know. I would do it. Yes, to answer your question, I would do it. I don't know how to stream. I'm on a Mac, so I don't have not a whole lot of games. I know that people are streaming. What is that? Lego. There are 2 or 3 Lego games that are on the Mac that I've seen people streaming. I could maybe get into that a little bit. Yeah, I could see getting into that. That'd be kind of fun. Brawls, yeah, that's the game. Brawls, yeah, that one. But there's that Lego, there's that building game too, where you're building like on a little island. It's like you're building micro builds. Do you remember that one? It came out on Apple Arcade last year, and I thought the game was really really fun. Like I didn't play for very long, but what little I did play, I really enjoyed. Okay. Oh, there's like another. What is going on here? This is. Oh, I didn't even notice that this thing had 6 legs. How did I not notice that? Yeah, yeah, 6 legs. Sure enough, I did not even notice that. Well, there you have it. Okay, his legs, all 6 of them. So wait a minute. Do I have these in the right place? Come to think of it, I do. Okay, I was not honest. I wasn't paying attention there. See, streaming and building is challenging. Okay. Builder's Journey. Yeah, that's the game. Yep, exactly. That's actually a really fun game. Okay, animal head time. This is very satisfying when you put the jaw on these things. I love that. I love the jaw going on. Oh yeah, that's satisfying. That little snap. Yeah, those Harry Potter animals are pretty amazing. I do like those articulated wings quite a bit. They're so organic. I don't know how they capture that organic movement very, very well. Okay. There's a couple more things and this guy is done. Pretty cool. That head sculpt is pretty darn. I think there's a sort of polygonal nature to the Lego animals that I really love. I just like these facets are really cool. Like this is a really cool aesthetic. So, but brick-based Lego animals kind of I don't know. It's a hard thing for me. Like there's such a dissonance between what's happening here and then what's happening with the rest of the body that I have a hard time with. But I'm gonna let it go. Gonna let it go. Okay, wait a minute, now the time to put this in? Wait, did I not? Oh God, I think I went a step ahead here. I did. Let me back up here, pull off the head. Now I gotta put these tendrils in. And these go up. Interesting. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. So was this animal in the first movie? I don't even remember this being in the first. Was it in the first movie? I think I'm gonna have it go. Have these tendrils go on either side of his body. I wonder if I should spin it around more. There we go. This animal, this beast is complete. You got a couple extra parts here. These all look like they pretty consistent with the kinds of pieces they leave over. I always get really worried when I see like a 1x2. I'm like, okay, that's not supposed to be left. They never give you extra 1x2s. It's always like a 1x1 or a rubber band or something. Okay, and I'm gonna put this dude on the back of this guy, like so. There he is. That's pretty cool. Yeah, that's pretty cool. I mean, again, the draw for me with this set was the mech. So this is like, I'm doing this just so I can get to the mech. It's like, that's where the real fun is for me. But trying to get his little minifigure hands to clasp these tendrils. There we go. And he's on. Pretty cool. Interesting. All right. Let's see. Put little feet down. He's cool. I'm down. He's down. I'm down. That's cool. All right. Put him aside. On to, I gotta get some coffee. Everybody, go grab it. Go grab a coffee. Come back. All right. Now, the real reason why we're here today, this guy. Love the mech. Pretty cool. So I think the thing I'm most excited about is probably that saw looks pretty amazing. But I gotta think, I think it's like the cockpit. That is just so like bulbous and round and massy. I'm really excited about that. It's a pretty, I love the proportions of this thing too. It looks really killer. Really killer. Those arms on top, pretty neat. All right. See ya. Bag 2. I guess this is where the stickers will come in too. Looks like he's got some stickers applied on his forearms there. I'm sure there's a cockpit sticker, I bet. Looks like a heads-up display or something there. We'll see. Lost my battery and my top feed, so I'll be back. batteries. So I'm just changing out the battery real quick. Back in business. Okay, so now I know these batteries last about an hour. So, good thing I had that one replaced, so that's good. I was going to stream earlier today, got all set up, ready to go, connected the camera, and then I got a battery exhausted message, so I was bummed. Bag 2, and then mini bag 2. Okay, so this guy, right up top, killer printing on this thing. Like, look at all that metallic edging. I don't know if you can see that or not. That is pretty spectacular. That is cool. Always be charging, totally. So you always got to be charging. So true. I think that should be MasterCard's logo. I mean, MasterCard's tagline. Always ABC, always be charging. Okay, little minifigure feet. These legs are adorable. They're very cool. The camo is metallic. That's amazing. That is way cool. It even shows up on the camera. That's pretty amazing. All right, let's see here. So I don't know if this is the same hair that's used for, the same hair piece that's used for Cole. Is it Cole in Ninjago? I don't know if it's the same hairpiece or not. He always gets a buzz cut, but this might be. No, I don't. Maybe not. I'm not sure. But that's the dude. He's pretty cool. He's actually really cool. I dig this guy a lot. So here's an example of where I would have to take like these wedges, these cheese wedges. I absolutely have to make sure that they're totally aligned. So I press down on the table. Looking good. I already like the build process for this. There's just sometimes those first few steps are so telling as to what kind of experience it's going to be, and I already enjoy this. I love the way the color, like I like the proportion of color to this. Like just the general shape of this course is like the core, the core of the mech. Just already pretty happy with the way this is turning out already. So early in the process. So one of the things I want to do on the channel more is robotics. So I have we have another business and project that we're working on that involves a lot more Lego robotics. So using the Spark Prime sets, the Lego WeDo, which I don't even think they make WeDo anymore, but the Lego WeDo sets, Spark Prime, and then the new 5-in-1 robotics sets. So I'm going to be posting a lot more of that stuff in the coming weeks too. That's for our other educational business. Super excited. Actually, I want to do an unboxing of those materials because the last time I actually bought Lego Robotics is when they had, they had Boost, which I think is still available. So I bought the Boost project, and we built all of those models and did quite a bit of programming. We taught classes in that. And then we bought WeDo. We had quite a few sets of WeDo because we were running after school programs on Hawaii. So we were using the WeDo sets for quite a bit of those classes, which were really, really fun. But yeah, I haven't looked at the new Spark Prime sets yet. They're sitting over there waiting to be opened. So I'm going to do a unboxing of those and kind of a walkthrough. And I really want to do it from the ground up. So I want you to experience it at the same time that I experience it, so that you're seeing exactly what it's like to get the sets and to get them prepped and set up for use. The max amount I would spend on a Lego set. Yikes. Oh, man. I mean, honestly, there really isn't. I don't think there's a limit to what I would spend on a Lego set. It just has to be something I really want. But I'm of the mind, like, if it's something you really enjoy, is there really too high a price? I mean, I guess there is, but I would say maybe just more pragmatically speaking, I'd say 250, 300 might be the most I'd spend on a set. I don't think I've ever spent that much on a set yet. Any set that I've bought that has been a little higher, I've used my VIP points for, so that helps a lot. So if I know, for example, there's a set that's out that I really, really want to get my hands on, I will go into this mode where I will only shop when VIP points are available, and then knowing that I'm going to apply all those points to a more expensive set later on down the line. So that's how I would do that normally. Or I just go on the aftermarket. I'll go to Bricklink and see if there's a set there being sold. I have, in Hawaii, which is really on Oahu. Well, to be fair, I haven't really looked for a lot of used Lego sets here back in New York. But it did seem that in Hawaii there were so many more people selling used Lego sets. Now, when I think about it, Facebook Marketplace, there were always people selling Lego sets, and I don't feel like I see as much here. It seems like they're a little harder to come by, at least here in New York. I'm not saying that's all over the U.S., but comparing Hawaii to New York, I think we found a lot more sets there than I've ever have here. I also haven't looked as much here. So, in Hawaii, I was often scouring. I know, right? I know that's lame, the Lego Land VIP points thing. In Hawaii, I was often scouring Lego listings, like on Craigslist and Facebook Marketplace, because we use them for our after school programs. So we were always trying to buy bulk Lego. It's like we couldn't get our hands on enough bulk Lego. So in looking for bulk Lego, we would come across people selling other sets. In fact, we are going through right now we have a huge inventory of Ninjago sets, anything from really the last 10 years. and we are going to be selling a number of those sets. But so we're getting them prepped, we're building them, making sure all the pieces are there, making sure we can find whatever minifigures we need to find, and then we'll be selling those on probably on Facebook Marketplace. I also excuse me, trying to get this word out. We also just opened up a Whatnot account, and I just did my onboarding for Whatnot yesterday, so I'm going to try to sell through Whatnot as well. But honestly, Facebook Marketplace has been really great for me, coming to sell most things. Like I haven't sold very much Lego or toys. I have an eBay store where I sell a bunch of Transformers and a couple Lego sets here and there. But I found Facebook Marketplace to be actually really, really great for selling older sets. What am I doing here? See, I'm not paying attention. I got to turn this thing around. There we go. So I'm excited to dig into Whatnot too, though. I've seen a couple of sellers on there, and it's obviously like super engaging, which is what I like about it. Like it's very community oriented, and so you're selling to people who really have a passion for it, and that gets me excited. It's sometimes I get sad about the idea of selling things to people that don't really appreciate it, and that's not so much in the Lego community because most people don't buy just used Lego sets randomly. I mean, there are people that buy just to resell, and so I always love when I come across someone who's buying something because they just have a real passion for it. That's always the best kind of sale because it feels like it's going into the home of somebody else who has an equal appreciation for it. That's kind of what I like about Whatnot, is that it seems like those people are spending a lot of time and energy to build up their stores, and they generally it seems that they come to the transactional part of it from a more informed, more sort of more of an aficionado, as opposed to just wanting to sell things. But we'll see. I'm new to it, so okay. Sticker time. Nobody speak. Yeah, I think a light would be good. Like a little task light right here would be really good, coming like right about here. Because it's kind of hard to see what I'm doing. It's a little dark. Have to add that to the budget. These clear stickers are just the bane because you can't get any. You can't even breathe on these because you'll leave a mark. So let's see. Huh. Pretty good. So that looks pretty darn good. That's got to move down a little bit. So I cut my teeth. Well, actually, that's probably the wrong expression to use here, considering I'm holding X-Acto-Blade. But I started using X-Acto blades when I was in college because I was the last class. My graduating class was the last class to use what's called Rubylith and Amberlith, which were old techniques for creating color separations as design, like before the computer. And so when you were using Amberlith and Rubylith, it was like a film, like a sheet of acetate, and there was like a little thin film on it. And the idea was to cut just through the film and not through the acetate. The acetate was like the backer, right? So when you buy an iPhone screen and it comes with like film, there's a sheet of acetate in a film. Well, the idea is to cut through the film without cutting through the acetate, because the problem is that if you cut too deep, when you went to use that, it would leave these lines in your artwork. It was really stressful because you'd have to scrap it. If it didn't work, you'd have to scrap it and start all over again. It was a real pain. So anyway, when I'm using stickers, it always brings that back. It always reminds me of my days of using X-Acto blades to cut Amberlith and Rubylith. Kind of a weird memory. go. I'll probably put those cheese slips on first because this is kind of awkward angle in there. I'll pull out this. Oh, that's on there tight. Pretty cool. Little cockpit area, seat. that part down. Let's see here. Moving on to maybe it looks like the sides. Okay. All right, sticker time. So let's see. I do like, so these things, these flatter tile pieces, I find them really hard to put stickers on when I don't have something to like no leverage. So I usually like will place these on another Lego brick. So I just have some leverage. Looks like I'm doing sticker 3. And it's gonna go on like so. I don't see any new bricks in this build. These all look like pretty standard bricks. So yeah, nothing new here. Some cool colors, you know, this sand green, I think it's called. I really like this color a lot. It's the one that's used in the Statue of Liberty. And it was used a lot in the Apocalypseburg build. And I really like this color a lot. I also like this color. I don't know what color this is, like this olive color or something. I love that color quite a bit. So let's see, put the sticker on here. Then you got to put it at just the right angle because the light catches it and you can't see whether your edges are straight or not. That looks pretty straight to me. I think what I like about this process is just, you got a day full of reacting to requests and to just always like, you're always thinking, or your mind's always going. And I think when you're building Lego, it's just everything stops, you know, it's so meditative in so many ways. And like even streaming, it's by choice, right? Like you put it on and you build a community, but this is by choice and you can engage as much or as little as you want to. And I love that aspect of it. I find it's a very peaceful thing. My brain really responds well to building Lego. I think more people, we got my mom building Lego in her late 60s. She started building Lego and she's crazy about it. So she loves building Lego too. So there have been a couple times, not a ton, but a few times where we've all just sat at the table and we built together, as me and my wife, my sons, and my mom, just coming to the table to build. It is really fun. We actually ran for a short time on Oahu when we were running our education business. We actually did Lego building. We did Lego building with seniors. So we worked with like a senior home, like an elder care home. We worked with their residents on doing Legos, but we would do mostly Duplo because there was dexterity issues with some of the residents. So we tried to adapt the Lego building to suit their particular needs, and they responded so well. They loved it. They loved being able to build Lego. It was really fun. So, and at first you kind of met with a little bit of resistance. The standard comeback is that they're too old, or this is child's play. I don't know. I'm not creative, things like that. But you start putting bricks in people's hands, and all of a sudden they're just they changed immediately. It was pretty cool to see. It was really gratifying to see them building. Oh, that's right. Yeah, that's right. It brought back memories. That's they were one of the yeah. That's so true. One of the one of our participants was saying how it reminded her of building Lego for Christmas, um, and she really cherished it. She cherished the process of building because it just was so. And so one of the things we did, I don't know if we ever got around to actually, we did do a grandparents' day where their grandparents, their grandkids came and built with them for the afternoon. That was really fun, and again, that was just really gratifying because using Lego as a way of building these family bonds and creating these really enriched memories. So that was really neat. Okay, another sticker. Looks like the core chest, the core, the body core seems to be done. The mech core seems to be pretty much wrapped up here. That's what it looks like. Yeah, I love the color palette. It's really cool. It's a nice mixture of color. It's like they're dispersed pretty evenly. Oh, I forgot a brick there, of course. I think I forgot a brick there. Let's see. Yeah, I did. So I got to put that in there. There we go. I think I'm going to lower this camera real quick just to give that a shot since I'm live. Let's see how that works. Oh, what podcast or music? Music changes. I think it's just kind of what my maybe what I'm building, what I'm going to be building. There's sometimes where I'll just put on a movie and I don't even watch the movie. It's just like background noise. So that's always fun. Yeah, I think that's I think bringing the camera down a little bit helps because now I don't have to be up so high. So it's a little more comfortable. Move this over to you. As far as podcasts, so many. I mean, I am a total true crime junkie, so I love true crime. I was just listening to a podcast that one of my partners recommended to me on the artist Carl Andre, and I guess a really crazy event that happened in the I believe in the 80s with his wife of, I think he was married for 6 weeks, and she wound up falling out of her window on the 34th floor of her building. And so the podcast was about the events leading up to that and whether or not he's, you know, responsible for it. It's just super fascinating. I love that. I also love like oral histories. You know, I think that those are always really fascinating. So to hear oral histories, I love that. I love business, like inside business podcasts. Those are really fun. Fizzle Show. I used to listen to that one religiously, and they just did their final broadcast or the final podcast, which was a reunion of all the original Fizzle members. But that was a show I listened to religiously while walking in Hawaii. When I would go out for a walk in the morning, I would just put that podcast on. I'd almost walk through the entire length of the podcast. So that was a nice little ritual. So pretty much that's, you know, pretty much that sort of stuff. I have a pretty broad range of things I like to listen to. So like right now, I would normally be listening to music. I just don't know how to do it yet without getting a copyright strike. So I think for the next time I do this, I will put on some kind of background music. So if there are any recommendations, I'll take them. I love recommendations. One of the things we're thinking about doing are, and I know I've seen this been done, but doing just a build night in person, like during a Star Wars night. So I talked about it with a few friends of mine that are really into Star Wars. They're doing like a bricks and beer kind of thing where we get together and, like, for example, watch Andor, which I'm absolutely loving this season of Andor. It's amazing. But you know, getting together and watching Andor and building like a Star Wars theme, like having a couple beers, it's just super chill. You know, like no agenda other than just watch Star Wars and build Lego. So that's something I really want to do in our new space, which we would be moving into very shortly. I think that'll be a really fun use of the space and a really fun way to get together and just keep it low key. So I think that's looking pretty cool. Let's see. Okay, next up. What do you listen to? What kind of podcast do you like when you're building? Do you prefer podcast or music? Oh, the canopy piece. I love this piece. It's so cool. Oh, man. A little too much pressure. I'm going to go ahead. I love that a little too much, apparently. So I'm going to do that again. Oh, this really came apart. Wow. That was with some force. Okay, let me go back. Put this back together. Well, that was crazy. That literally just like exploded in my hand. Okay, let's see here. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's weird. That's just totally, there's really nothing holding. That's interesting. There's nothing holding. There's not a lateral piece holding this at the top. If you see that, that's interesting. That's kind of a weird. That would explain why that just blew apart on me. Interesting. So do I have that right now? So this goes up here. Okay, so that's going to go there. That is really weird how that happened. Okay, I gotta back up here. Okay. There we go. There's something just misaligned in there that's not letting me. It's not liking this. I have to go back a few more steps here. This is misaligned. That's a little finicky, honestly. There's not a lot of clutch power in that part of the build. I'm surprised. Considering how much mass there is in relation to the rest of the build, you'd think there'd be a couple of more points where it would laterally connect, but it's not. Okay. Interesting. All right. Now, where was I? Also, podcast, yeah, no, definitely. No, podcasts are great. I do like, what I like about listening to podcasts when I'm building is I feel like not only am I getting the experience of building, but I'm also learning something, So that's always fun to know that you're walking away and you're getting like two things out of the deal. And sometimes podcasts are just too much. Like I don't have the bandwidth. I can't do both because I can't focus on two things at one time. But that's cool. I do like the piece. This feels great. It's so satisfying. It's like got this really nice like palm feel in your hand. It's pretty cool. Okay, so these all look like, I'm surprised that piece would be extra. Maybe that goes down there. Maybe I missed it right there. Let's see. Nope. There it goes. I missed it in front here. It goes, yeah, you don't normally get this as a free piece, as an extra piece. So these other ones are all pretty standard free pieces, but this one, not so much. Okay, bag 3. Give her some scale. There he is. So he's going to go in there. Yeah, so anyway, I think I'm going to figure out what to do with them, how to do it. If anybody has any tips and pointers about how to include music with these, I just wasn't sure legally what I could get away with, so I decided not to, but I do think that would be optimal, having some music playing at the minimum. And I'm streaming through OBS. And I'm wondering how many people are streaming through Twitch directly, or do you use OBS? Is there a better way to do it? Again, I'm not sure. And then how do you restream this to YouTube? I guess that's my next question: is how do I want to, if I want to stream this on YouTube, what do I have to do that? Hello, Emily Go. I think you can help me with that one. Do-do-do. A little bit of back pain going on right now. A little stitch in my back telling me to sit up straight. I'm hoping that Lego brings back. Last Christmas, Lego and Target had that joint project they worked on. They had the line of like pillows and clothing, and we loved it. I wound up picking up. Yeah, we'd go back and forth into that. I couldn't justify buying those things at that time because we had so many things we wanted to get for the holidays, and I'd go back and forth into Target looking at that stuff and just second guessing myself. And finally, I just went in and bought a few things because I know there were a couple things that my wife wanted, and we know the kids would like to have, just decorations for the house. And I wound up buying a few pillows and some other accessories, and they're just so nicely designed. The color palettes are great, and the patterns were awesome. So I don't know. I haven't heard any plans for them to do that again this year, but man, I would love for them to bring that back. That was such a cool project that they did. Oh, that's a leg. I totally thought I was building an arm. Look how skinny that is. I totally thought that's a leg. Wah wah. I should have known. That's pretty cool. Okay, he goes on here. Interesting. Okay, so right away, I'll tell you one thing I don't like already. I mean, the build's really fun, but I do not like that this hinge here does not sit. You can't get it to be absolutely parallel to the brick below. You can see it's always going to be at that slight angle in there. That drives me crazy. I would love for the legs to be absolutely parallel to one another, but they're always going to be at that slight angle. Again, I mean, first world problems, but just something that just would drive me a little bananas. If there's one other stud space between the ball joint and this brick here, this plate, I guess, then you'd be able to get the leg parallel. But this is something that's just dawning on me right now. I wonder if I can balance him on just the one leg. Let's see. There he is. Balanced on one leg. Pretty cool. Are there any good Lego podcasts out there? That's another thing. There used to be a few that I'd listened to, but I think they've all dropped out. There's just I don't know of any. I used to listen to All Sorted, I think it was called. I enjoyed that one. I think Brickitect on YouTube does a podcast version of his, I guess like a non-video version of his vlog, which I sometimes check in. But I'm not sure of any other people that do blogs that are focused on Lego building. There's the Technic. I think Technic has a blog as well, like the Technic team. When they pump out a new Technic set, I think they do a blog about it, if I remember correctly, but I just can't think of anybody that's like on a continual basis doing content around Lego on a blog, but I'm sure I'm way off, so there might be. But that'd be a great resource if you can put that in the chat. I'd love to know who we could be listening to. Specifically, I'd like to know about any design teams that use Lego as part of their design process. That would be super fascinating too. I know it's common to see firms have Lego, like a big pile of Lego bricks on like their conference tables or meeting tables, like kind of as a way to kind of inspire conversation. But if you're aware of any other ways people are using Lego, I'd find that super fascinating. goal is getting closer. Let's see here, just almost done with this leg. Thank you. Yeah, there's my my batteries are dying. These do not last. Luckily, the other one's charging now. Thanks for the heads up. Back in business. Thank you. Okay. Yeah, battery. So the battery dies. I get about an hour. Get about an hour out of the battery, so it's good to have the charger. Okay. Leg number 2. Oh, I did this the wrong way. I'm getting overzealous here. There we go. These ball joints are so confusing. Is it top or bottom? Okay. Here we go. And leg number 2. This is, I gotta tell you, I really do. I think this is a cool, I mean, overall, I love the proportions of this thing. It's pretty awesome. Oh, I'll show up to this camera. Let's see, how does that one look? Whoop. He's pretty cool. He really is. Again, I don't like that I can't get his feet absolutely parallel. I don't know when I would ever want to do that, but just that I can't do it is kind of a bummer. But he's got a pretty cool gait there. Lots of articulation in the ankle. No knees. That's always a problem with mechs, right? There's no knees on him. Pretty good amount of articulation in the hip here. So that's pretty good. Doesn't go out can't splay it out too far. But tons of articulation in the ankle. It goes a full rotation all the way around. That's cool. So there's going to be no problem posing him. I mean, it's very stable, obviously. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Next piece is his arms. Let's see. So once again, I got the sticker to put on, so I do like to put the stickers on. I like having something that I can leverage, like hold while I'm applying the stickers. So this gives me a little more leverage there. So I'll use that, and then sticker 4. Yeah, Tenderloin, we're working on. Yeah, I know. I should have probably scrubbed the paint out of my fingers, but we were actually renovating. We just bought a building we're opening a makerspace and art school, and we're in the middle of renovations, and so a lot of sweat equity going into it right now. So some days I'll go in there first, do a little construction. Not so much construction. My partner is really doing a lot of the construction. I'm doing like mostly painting, and I'm building a desk right now, like a big conference desk for our students. So yeah, so I've been doing that. So my fingers are kind of grimy. So I apologize for the for the nasty fingers. Take a look at my fingers, everyone. Okay, so this goes on here. But there's something sort of gratifying in the same way that Lego building is gratifying. There's just something great about like, so much of my day is spent on a computer, and so just to literally get your hands dirty is so nice. To just that satisfaction of having actually, you know, done something, made something. It's very, very, very satisfying. So I think one of the things we're trying to do with our program, epic reason, thanks, man. But that's one of the reasons why we're doing the school is because I think we got to get our kids' hands dirty again, and I'm speaking very, very broad stroke, but I know that just within our circle of friends, that's an ongoing thing. Is that kids are just not building as much as they used to, and Lego is a great gateway. It's a gateway toy for building, but we need more people. We need kids building again. We need more people building and making things. There's like I said, I was reading this book called Craft Work as Soul Work, and it just talks about how important it is to be making things with your hands, and the mind body connection that's made when you're actually responding to something you're building. Right, that the process of building and responding to that building is like. You do get that. Yeah, it's not that doesn't exist in the world of like obviously it exists in coding quite a bit, but there's a different kind of connection being made when you do it in the physical environment, and there's a different kind of satisfaction, and so we just want to create more of those experiences for people. Every tool is a hammer. No, that's amazing. No, I heard that title sounds familiar, but I had not. So I'll go ahead. Let me make a note of that because I actually had. Is it now? Would you recommend the actual book or would you recommend Audible? Because I do a lot of Audible stuff right now. Like I'm reading. Like I got 3 books I'm doing right now. One of them's a Star Wars book, but the 2 other books are educationally based. So is that something you would recommend as an Audible or the actual book? Make a note here actually. Cool. Just got it. That's good. Thank you, man. Love the recommendation. That's fantastic. Yeah, if you have any recommendations. Okay, cool. Great. I can get that today. So if you have any other recommendations, knowing what we're trying to do with that space, if there's anything that you can think of that's in the kind of design thinking, prototyping sort of arena, I'm thinking like very hands-on sort of project-oriented stuff, like actual projects, our even curricula, like anything that could help fuel what we're trying to do with that space would be really super appreciated because I think that's our next step is to actually build out the programming. We've got a couple of really cool classes starting. Like we're going to do a class on game theory. We're doing a class on like develop your character. And so it's a double entendre. It's like develop your character, right? The character of who you are as a human being, but you do that through the act of developing a character that you act out. So you basically you're gonna create this character, create a script that character would then or like a plot for that character, and then using our prototyping tools, you'll develop that character's like special weapon, or special accessory. So it's like tiara or a wand or a staff, and then you're gonna have to act out that character based on the script. So it's so this kind of stuff I wish I was doing when I was a kid. I mean that we're gonna do now because there's so much value in it. So anything like that, if you've got any ideas, dude, I am all ears for that. We've got a lot of great support. Lots of people want to contribute to it. So yeah, if you could think of anything, references, books, any links, man, we'll take them. Much appreciated. So we're probably going to be opening. I just found out that the space I'm in now, which is our design studio, we're going to be vacating this space shortly. We found someone who wants to rent and take over the lease here, so we'll probably moving into the new space within the month, well, within November, not this month, but November. So super exciting. I mean, actually, really, really exciting, but also very daunting to think of like having to move, and everything that entails. But good change though, positive change. I love these fingers. Okay, so I think these are the most adorable fingers. Look at these things. I love them. They're so funny. They're so fun to touch. I love it. I love these. These are great. All right, here's his left hand going on. The satisfying snap of two things clicking together like a good idea. That is cool. Yeah, this is cool. This is very cool. I guess I hope it gets a thumb. That's kind of a weird clip for a thumb. There's got to be a thumb in there. Maybe not. Is there clips for thumbs? Seriously? No. Yeah, he's got. Okay, don't think I'm down with a clip for a thumb. I think we've got to give him some thumbs. That's the one thing I did not like. So on that shelf over there, I don't know if you could see it, but second shelf from the top, I have an Optimus Prime build that I got from Build Better Bricks as well, from the Build Better Brick build library. And dude, everything about that build is really fun, but the hands were just awful. I was like just mortified. I had to retrofit the hands. I couldn't take it. The hands on the Lego, the official Optimus Prime from Lego is pretty cool. Those are cool hands, but I still think they need work. His hands and I think his head is just a little too small. I think it seems like it's a little undersized for his body. How was Lego Masters? Did you wind up watching that? It was great. Oh, okay, cool. I missed it today, so I'll have to check it out. Yeah, Wednesdays might not be the best day to stream because I want to watch Lego Masters. So we watch it on Hulu. So does that mean it came out yesterday? I don't remember what day it actually airs, but yeah, we watch it the day after typically because we don't have cable, which is not all that unusual these days. I don't think most people have cable anymore. So let's see. That's going to go this way. So it goes toward the inside. Oh, you're behind on Lego Masters? Yeah, that's one of those shows that we really do like to watch it all together as a family. As I know my kids will often, begrudgingly wait for us so they can watch it, which is sweet. It's super sweet, but it comes at a cost because they're just like not happy that they have to wait. But it is a fun thing to watch with the family, because we ask each other, how would you build that? Or, would you do anything differently? Or, what did you like about that build? So it's kind of a fun, it's one of those it's one of those shows that just inspires more conversation, right? Rather than just like sitting there taking it all in, it actually demands a little, it doesn't demand, but it inspires additional conversation, which is, that's never a bad offset when it comes to entertainment. So that's cool. That's cool. That's good. That's really cool. That's a cool thing to do. Cool. So I'm just finishing up his the upper hand, or the upper arm, I should say, and then I'm going to move on to his lower arm now. Oh, how old are your kids? Are they the same as your brother? Right? Are they the same age as your brothers? What did I do? What's going on here? Okay, so that's there. Oh, I got to rotate this around, so this goes here instead. Is that right? No, I'm good. Second guessing myself. I got to just rotate this around. There we go. Okay. That goes there. Oh yeah, you guys are real close. Okay. Especially with the younger child. That's cool. It's, do you guys live close to one another that you can take advantage of, like getting family together, like getting cousins together and all that? We moved to I think I was telling you this the other night in chat, but we moved. Oh, that's awesome, man. That's such a nice thing to be able to do for your kids. We moved to Hawaii from New York in 2015, 14, 2014 or 15. I don't remember. We moved to Hawaii with nothing but just a couple of backpacks, a few boxes that we shipped. And one of the things that we did that for me personally, was just I tend to be a type A personality, so I do like to work a lot. And my wife is also the same way, we're just really kind of driven. And so we just, I think we wanted, while our kids were young, to just be more present, as parents, just to give them that, and give ourselves that little amount of time you actually have with them when they're young. So we moved there, and we also had never been to Hawaii, so we're like, that'd be cool to do. We were at a point in our careers where, like, I was working remotely, and she had really taken on the role of raising them at home, and so we could, it would be more. It was easier to adjust our life to living off the mainland and living from home, working from home at that point than we thought it would ever be. So let's just do it now. And it was amazing. It was amazing. But the offset was that, we really took the kids away from family. And while we built family on the island, we were on Oahu, we built a really good family network there. And people that became family, really. And that's the beauty about Hawaii, is that family is something you just, they take you on as family in Hawaii. It's a pretty amazing place, very special for that. But it's cool that here you have that, and you can take advantage of it, because I grew up with a cousin who was practically a brother, so we had lots of great memories. So when we moved back, it was nice to know that we could see him and spend some time with him and his kids, who were a little older than ours, but we were pretty excited about that. So, and they're gonna grow up together. They're so close in age. That's so cool. I mean, think of all the memories they're gonna make. That's pretty special. Okay, where does this thing go? Oh, interesting. What the? That's different. Seriously? Weird. Okay. So I'm just putting on these. I don't know what these look like. I don't know what those are. Again, I don't know. I know they had mechs in the first Avatar. Was this one of the mechs in the first Avatar? I don't remember. Yeah, it must have been, right? Or maybe these are redesigned for the Avatar 2. I'm not sure. Oh, so this is the Swatch NASA edition. So they came out, I think they did like 5 different versions of this watch, or like 2 really thick ones. I love this like big face. So there was an orange and a white one. And then it came out with 2 thinner ones. I think one was blue and one was clear maybe. And then they came out with a really narrow one. But yeah, it's NASA limited edition Swatch. But we are a bunch of freaks about space. So we love anything having to do with space. We're all over it. We love astronomy and the stars and just what it represents to us as a race. You know, we're all over it. So big fans of NASA. What about you guys? So honestly, this is probably the piece I was most looking forward to building, was this stupid little saw. This thing is awesome though. That's a line. That'd be a really cool idea, is a line of like power tools. Like, you know, that'd be kind of a fun one. That'd be kind of a cool idea. Hey, I have a Nuka watch. I have a Nuka watch. It was stainless steel, square, and it had like, you told the time on it with like 3, no, there was like 5 dots, no, 6 dots, and like it was really abstract and super minimal. So it was almost like literally, it was almost impossible to tell time on it. But I just love the way it looked. That's so funny. Yeah, I don't know very many people that had Noosa watches, but I've had that. I had that one for years. It was a metal with a metal band, but it had this really minimalist face. But it was virtually impossible. People would ask me time, and I almost dread having to tell them, because it took me forever to figure out what time it was. Pretty funny. All right, mister. Here's your saw hand. It's pretty cool. I got to admit. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. Yeah, the SpaceX program is pretty cool. Did you see the live footage when they, it wasn't SpaceX, but when NASA tried to blow there was a comet that was heading toward Earth, and there was like a moon of the comet that they tried to blow out of its orbit to see whether or not they could change the trajectory of a comet. We watched it live, and it was amazing. Yeah, I remember those. Yeah, those Noosa watches. Is Noosa even around anymore? I don't even know. I still have it, but I haven't worn it in years. I don't know if they're still around. And then my wife got me a Nixon watch. I don't know if you ever. Yeah, the memes were hilarious. I'm sorry, I'm losing track of our conversation because the memes were great. So funny, so funny. Pretty momentous though. Like, you know, we're at home watching this thing, and you know, our kids are kind of enthralled. They're kind of enthralled, but they're kind of losing. I think they're losing a little focus after like the first like 45 minutes, because it was like the last 15 minutes, right? That's when the actual impact was going to happen. But we're like, dudes, do you realize what we're looking at here? Like there is a rocket that blasted off of Earth into space that's hitting not even a comet, but the moon of a comet. Like the gravity of that, like, it just, I was like, we couldn't, my wife and I were like, this is crazy. And my kids are like, yeah, it's kind of interesting. So anyway, but it was cool though. It was way cool to see. That was a moment that's sort of, I guess, you know, not quite, maybe not the moon landing, but was pretty darn close to feeling as special as a moon landing, as far as like just watching what we can do as a human race when we get our act together and try to accomplish something as a unified front. Okay, gotta say, this is killer, man. This is a really cool mech. I love the size of this. You know, it's not too, I'll give you a point of comparison. Let's see. So point of comparison. So Monkey Kid, mech from Monkey Kid. I have to put this down like this. So, which is a killer build. Okay, this is a really fun, one of my most fun builds ever. So let's see, I'll put them down like that. And then here's this mech, just to give you a sense of size. And then here's Zorg from the newest line of the Toy Story. He's about Zorg's height. Zurg's height. So you can't see that. Let me push this down. So something like that is what we're looking at. So he's about the same. I was actually, like I said at the beginning of the stream, I was really surprised at how small this guy was. Like, I literally, this is an example where the packaging just really made him feel much bigger than he actually was. I mean, I'm fine with the size. I just wasn't expecting it to be kind of tiny. But he's cool. He's a cool build. Put him to the side. I had this one. Let's see. Oh, I got an access denied on that link. I don't know what that means. Is that on my end when I can't get the link? Yeah, I'm getting an access denied. I don't know if you got another link you could send. I'd love to see it. Is that for the meme, or is that a picture of the watch you had? Okay. Okay, so this guy's decent. This guy is, so I think this set is almost worth it alone just for this mech. I think the Beast is cool, but I'm not a fond of like Beast builds. I'm not really fond of Beast builds in Lego, just honestly. I mean, I do like the dragons and stuff. But this mech, pretty stoked to add him to the collection over there. I am pretty jazzed. Yeah, that's a fun one. His color palette's pretty killer too. I have nothing other than other than Slave One or Boba Fett Starship. I think. Oh, I have that other Ninjago mech. That's mostly this color too. But this is a cool color for a mech. It really is. It's pretty neat. All right, I'll put him aside. So, and then here's the Wolverine mech from the newest line of Marvel mechs. These are pretty much, they're all about this size. So he's a little taller than the Marvel mech. Not maybe by about a brick. Maybe by like a 2x2 brick. All right, put him aside. And then the last bag is the setting. So we got a tail, we got some extra pieces here, nothing too unusual. Oh, here we go, the watch. Let's see. I gotta see if I can find the watch I had. Okay, that worked. Oh, that's killer. Yours, it was very similar. In fact, my watch was very, very similar to that. Let me see if I can find mine real quick. So is Noosa still around? they are. Wow, that's crazy. Let's see here. Where did you find that watch face? I can't. Noosa, let me see. Noosa watch face. Let's see. That is so funny. You had a Noosa. I haven't heard that name in such a long time. Oh, I guess there's a guy selling them on Etsy. It looks like. Interesting. Interesting. Yeah, that's a bummer. They were cool. I remember, dude. I remember they came out. They were like awesome. Yeah, I don't know if you. So I got my wife got me a Nixon watch, which I think are they're like surf watches and like dive watches. Maybe more fashiony than like a true like dive watch. They're kind of more on the fashion end. But I got the Hawaiian edition one, and it's like the color of the Hawaiian flag. And she got it engraved in the back. It had like this really cool engraving. It was a really cool watch, but. Yeah, I like watches. You know, I think I think I am a watch guy, but I know that there are legit watch guys that have lots of watches. I don't have lots of watches, but I do like watches quite a bit. So I have an Apple Watch, but I get tired of wearing that thing because it's always going off and there's always notifications and it always seems like when I need it, the battery's dead, right? So I just got this thing because I know that I don't need to change the battery. And I got my wife a Swatch for Christmas last year, and honestly, I was secretly just very envious because I was like, man, I really want a Swatch watch. So finally, I had a friend who actually gave me this. So they sent it to me as a gift, which I was probably lamenting. And lo and behold, I got this as a gift. So that was really cool. So I finally got my Swatch watch. Okay, book 3. Here we go. This is it. We're coming to the end of this build. My first stream ever. I'm so excited. This is a blast. I'm really enjoying this. Like I said, if anybody's got any tips, Lego sets you want to see built, I'd be down for watching. So I'd be down for building. So, oh, you're gonna watch Andor, dude? You're making me jealous. I haven't seen it yet, so enjoy it, man. Thanks for the birthday wish. Enjoy Andor, and let's try to catch it next time too. Thanks, brother. getting close to the end here. Just these smaller pieces and oh, the color. I love all the color of this build. It's a really cool contrast between the colors of the mech and the beast. So this is really vibrant fauna. It's really, or flora. It's really, really quite cool. A lot of these pieces I've done, like I don't think I've ever had this piece. This is a glow in the dark piece. I just don't think I've ever had this in a set that I can think of. All right, so my overhead camera died, so I think I'm gonna just keep building here on the side. Or maybe we can point this down to my desk, but I'm probably gonna wrap this up here soon, get some rest tonight. See if I can get this to work. Something like that. We'll see, that's a little precarious, but we'll see. It's going. I'm getting getting tired. I'm almost wrapped up, Mouse Man. So I got I ran out of batteries on my overhead camera, so I just resorted to my desk cam. So I'm about maybe I don't know, maybe 20 minutes away from finishing. So I've got this thing is pretty cool. And then I finished the mech. The mech is pretty awesome. It's actually a really cool mech. Probably one of my favorite mechs. It's a small one, but it's actually pretty cool for its size. It's got a really nice like feel in the hand. It's like bulk. The bulk in this cockpit is really cool. Like the mass in there is pretty neat. So I love the colors too. So I'm pretty jazzed about that one for sure. It's gonna be a nice addition to the mech collection behind me. So your Dandalorian just told me they went to go watch Andor. So I'm so jealous. I want to watch Andor. I gotta get on that when I'm done. Hey man, thanks Emily. Hey, hello Emily. Go. It's been a blast. I'm getting kind of tired. I feel like I ran a marathon. my overhead cam died finally. No more battery, so I might need to cut. Well, I don't even know what an average stream is. So this looks like from the movie. I don't remember. I mean, I don't. Oh, I'm looking at the wrong camera. So I don't have a good memory of this. Honestly, I didn't know if this is a build from the new movie, whether they adjusted the build. I don't know, but it's a cool build. It really is pretty fun. Behind on Andor. What? What are you doing talking to me? Get on it, man. Go watch Andor. I am in love with that show. It's definitely like I didn't know what to expect. The trailers really made it seem very different. I love Rogue One is my favorite Star Wars movie. And I'm like, I'm old school Star Wars. I love the old school Star Wars stuff. But man, Rogue One was like, it just knocked the wind out of me. It was so well done. So well written. And so when Andor was announced, I was naturally very excited. But man, it's going beyond what I expected for a TV show. It's so good. The characters are just so interesting. And Andor himself is a really interesting character. So yeah, I haven't seen today's episode, so I'll probably get to it tomorrow maybe. We'll see. Did you wind up doing any streaming today? So that's a thing, Lego disassembly. That's like people watch people dismantling Lego. I didn't realize that. It's funny. I saw the first Lego disassembly the other day, and I'm like, wait, so people are taking them apart? I had no idea. I really, no idea. It's a whole new world. That's funny. You know what? That's right. I remember. I texted you because I saw that you were playing Overwatch. So I want to definitely want to get on some Overwatch. I really like that game. That's fun, man. I don't have Overwatch. I have Overwatch 2. I guess it's free for the time being. I don't know what the deal is, but my youngest son, has been playing it, and he's really enjoying it. He just picked up a game called Cosmeteer. Cosmeteer, I think. It's a really interesting game. So it's like one of those like kind of like army builder, but like resource manager games. It looks really cool. So he was showing as I was trying to get out the door to come down here and stream. He was showing me all the mechanics behind the game. It was super fascinating. Games are so much smarter now than they were when we were younger. That's pretty funny. Watching the rebuild. Oh, cool. Oh, very cool. That's cool. Huh. I bought, you know, the ghost from I think it's Star Wars. Is it Star Wars Rebels? I don't remember if it was Star Wars. I forget what show it's from now. If it was Rebels, but the Ghost was one of the first Star Wars ships that I bought on the used market. I really love that. I love that ship, and so I bought it years ago used, but the pieces came to me all yellow. You know how the Lego pieces yellow over time. So I wound up following. Jang Bricks had a really cool tutorial on how to I guess bleach, not bleach them, but deoxidize your Legos. So I did that, and it freaking worked. Like it was like a 5-day process, but that ghost ship was as white as the day it came out of the bags. It's starting yellow again, unfortunately, but it looked beautiful for like all of a year or so until it started to turn yellow again. And it's been indoors. It doesn't go near any direct sunlight, but it just started yellowing again. So that was kind of a bummer. What the heck? This is not right. This goes like this. Okay. Are you thinking about? Are there any other Star Wars sets you're eyeing for the holidays? Anything you want to pick up? Yeah, watch. Did you watch Jane Bricks on YouTube? Like, he's got a really great cleaning tutorial on how to clean them, and I followed it to the T, and it really worked. They came out great. I think you need hydrogen peroxide, water, a plastic container, big enough for the bricks, and plenty of sunlight because it's the UV rays that help deoxidize. And there was one other ingredient. You need sunlight, water. Oh, and like a salad spinner so that you could dry off your Legos without having to wait. Because I've done it both methods where I would clean them and then let them dry in a towel, but it just took forever to get all the water out. So then I wound up. What am I doing here? So I wound up just getting a salad spinner to dry them. Worked great. Oh, I love the Christmas Town sets. Those are so cool, man. My wife loves those too. We would love to get those. Those are sweet. Yeah, those are sweet. I missed out last year. I think they have a really good They have a good set right now. It's like $99, and it's a pretty decent sized set. It's really thin. Like the building builds are really narrow from what I remember. They're not very deep, but it's like $100 and you get 3 sets. And I think you get a trolley car or something. It looks really kind of cool. Oh, these plants are sweet. These are very cool. Yeah, these are super cool builds. These little crazy avatar plants are bananas. Oh, 2 of those. Good idea. Those VIP points really help. I ordered the Sanctum Sanctorum finally, the new one, the big. I guess it's not a UCS. Is it a UCS? I guess it's a UCS set. No, because UCS is Star Wars, right? So it's like a 18 plus set, the new Sanctum. We have the old one, the one that came as part of the Marvel Infinity War line. But I told my wife, I said, if I get enough points, I'd love to get the Sanctum set, and I wound up buying a couple of big robotics sets recently, and I was able to get the points from those and use those for. They had double VIP points, so I was able to apply those toward the purchase of the Sanctum. So that was like super killer deal. So I was pretty jazzed about that. Hey, where is it telling me to put this thing? It's telling me to put it there. I don't quite remember though. I admit, I'm super pleasantly surprised. I'm really enjoying the building of all of these plants. This is a really cool, super different kind of building process for me, and I'm really digging it. It's really fun. We bought my wife the botanicals, and then she wound up buying the bonsai plant right there, and we just are really blown away about how much fun those are too. They're so beautiful. We have them in our studio, just as our studio flowers. A lot less watering, more dusting, less watering, and people are always amazed that they're Lego. They can't believe that they're Lego sets. They really shocks them every single time. Yeah, the bonsai is beautiful. She chose to use the pink frogs and the pink flowers. I think there's the green version too, where you can use all the green leaves. But the pink version is just gorgeous. It's actually on my desk right now. But it's such a beautiful set. It's really thoughtful. It's cool to see all the ways that Lego is extending the brand, and all these really like tapping into different markets and creating such cool opportunities, for what's possible with the system. It's really inspiring. Okay, getting close here. I'm pretty jazzed about where this ended up. I don't really usually care about these like little secondary builds, these little smaller builds, but I got to tell you, in this instance, I think the secondary build's amazing. It's actually a ton of fun. I really think this is like one of those sets that would appeal equally to boys and girls. Like it just does such a good job of giving you both kinds of experiences, the colors and the the style of building. It's just really, really cool to see something that has such, I think, universal appeal. Oops. Oh, these are cool. Super cool. It's complete. I can't believe it. This was such a cool build. Super fun. Man, all right. So this is what you get. When you finish this, that's pretty bad. Ass. That is a cool, what am I doing here? That is pretty cool. I mean, I really love all the color. Then you can contrast that to what's going on here. And you get a really good, all these really cool pieces. If you don't want to keep the secondary build, you get all these really cool floral pieces. I'm stoked. I'm stoked. This is probably my favorite set of the. I don't have any of the other sets, but just based on this alone, I think this is my favorite set of this series. I mean, I don't think I might get one more Avatar set possibly, but I'm pretty jazzed about this one. So I'm gonna call that a wrap. So. Right, super fun. So I'm gonna call it a wrap. I gotta get out of here. I gotta get some sleep. I gotta come in tomorrow and I gotta work on a magazine. So thanks everybody for joining me. That was so much fun, and I'm gonna try to do this Wednesdays and possibly Fridays. I'm not sure. We'll see. But I hope everybody have a great night, and I'll post pictures. Just follow me. I'll have this on Instagram, so I'll follow up every post with an Instagram picture to show the final build. But have a great night, my man. Thanks so much for hanging out.